Have you ever watched a show and just couldn't stand the main guy? He's arrogant, he messes everything up. He breaks the heart of someone you've come to love. And yet, you can't stop watching. Why? Because you're hooked on one of the most compelling, frustrating, and binge-worthy storylines out there. The toxic redemption arc. This is the story of a man who has fundamentally failed. Maybe he cheated. Maybe he was so wrapped up in his own ambitions that he completely neglected the person who loved him most. Or maybe his ego was just so massive that it left a trail of destruction in its wake. He had it all. The love, the trust, the partnership, and he threw it away. Now he's hit rock bottom. The music has stopped, the party's over, and he's standing alone in the wreckage he created. The real drama, the thing that keeps us glued to our screens, isn't just about him saying, "I'm sorry." It's about whether he can truly change. Can this deeply flawed man actually become worthy of a second chance? Or is he just going to repeat the same mistakes, proving he was never worth the effort in the first place? That tension is everything. Every small step forward he takes, we cheer for him. But every time he slips back into his old ways, we want to throw our popcorn at the screen. We're invested not just in the will they or won't they of the relationship, but in the can he or can't he of his own personal growth. What makes this arc so powerful, especially when it's done well, is that it taps into a very realistic male struggle. Society often teaches men that vulnerability is weakness. Admitting you were wrong, that you failed spectacularly in the most important area of your life, can feel like a complete loss of identity, a stripping away of masculinity. So we watch this character grapple not just with winning back his partner, but with his own internal demons. He has to learn that true strength isn't about never failing. It's about having the courage to face your failures head on. Think about it. The first step is usually denial or blame. It wasn't my fault, or she was being too sensitive. He might try empty gestures, 1,000 roses, a surprise trip to Paris thinking he can buy his way back into her good graces. But these are just shortcuts, attempts to bypass the real work, and that's when the story gets really good. Because the person he hurt is no longer a passive player. She has her own journey of healing and self-respect. She's not just waiting around for him to get his act together. Her strength and her refusal to accept anything less than genuine change becomes the catalyst that forces him to actually look in the mirror. So he has to start doing the hard, unglamorous work. It's not about a single heroic act. It's about the daily grind of becoming a better person. It's learning to listen instead of talk. It's putting someone else's needs before his own ego. It's showing up consistently, not just when it's convenient. He has to demonstrate through his actions over and over again that the change is real and permanent. He has to earn back trust, which is 1,000 times harder than earning forgiveness. Forgiveness can be given in a moment, but trust has to be rebuilt, brick by painful brick. And here's the secret sauce. The story has to allow for the possibility of ultimate failure. If his redemption is guaranteed, it's boring. We know how it ends. But if there's a very real chance that he'll revert to his old self at the last minute, or that she decides she's better off without him even if he does change, that's what makes it compelling. We are on the edge of our seats because the stakes are incredibly high for everyone involved. He could lose everything, and she could get her heart broken all over again. This arc resonates because it's messy and complicated, just like real life. We've all known someone, or maybe even been someone, who has made a huge mistake in a relationship. We've all wondered if people can really change. These stories give us a safe space to explore that question. They show us that owning up to your failure doesn't make you less of a man. It makes you more of a human. It redefines strength not as being perfect, but as the willingness to be imperfect and to strive to be better. The most satisfying versions of this story do end with a simple "I love you" and a kiss in the rain. They end with a new beginning, built on a foundation of honesty and hard-earned respect. The relationship isn't the same as it was before. It can't be. It's something new, something stronger, forged in the fire of failure and redemption. And even if they don't get back together, the journey itself is the point. He has become a better man, and she has found her own power, Are you waiting to see if he can pull himself out of the hole he dug? Because watching someone fight for a second chance against their own worst instincts is one of the most human stories we can tell. It gives us hope that it's never too late to fix what's broken, starting with ourselves. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content. Always remember, the heart remembers what the world forgets.